Today's video, we're going to talk about discovery advertising and how you can get discovery ads to work for your business in practically every case. It's actually much better to use than Google Display Network ads if you were considering which one is better, discovery ads as well as the Google Display Network. And technically, better than YouTube ads themselves, like YouTube video ads itself as well, if you're doing things the way that I use it on a regular basis for the companies that I'm running ads for to get repeated results on the YouTube ad platform, where discovery ads get you on more than YouTube. The real moneymaker and what gets you profit from it really is the YouTube placements that you're going to get primarily through and using discovery ads for your company. So, as a whole, running ads outside of search engines is difficult. And the reason why it's difficult is because it's hard for people to realize that in order to get it to work, you need to narrow down your targeting to a small enough group of people that are just home run prospects for your company. Because if you don't, people are not going to click on your ad at a very high rate, which means you're going to pay a lot of money to get the one person out of 100 people that actually is interested in your product or service to click through your ad. And so with that, the higher the rate in which you can get clicks, the lower your cost per click, the more chance that you have to get an ROI from your campaign. So I'm going to go into the details on that, and then of course the exact method that I'm using to get repeated results with discovery ads and telling you why exactly these actually make money if you know what you're doing to actually make money with them. So with that, I'll get directly into the content. And by the way, before I quickly do that, if you do actually do this, these ads are just as profitable as search ads that you're running for your company. But you got to know the secret method for doing this at your company itself. Why do they get just as good a return as running ads on Google itself, where people are actively and looking and ready to buy? Because two main reasons here. One, YouTube is pretty much like a search engine. It's actually the second biggest search engine on the web. People on YouTube are looking for answers regarding how to buy your products or services. How do I buy the best pottery wheel? What to look for in buying a pottery wheel? What brands of pottery wheels are the best to buy? Pottery wheel review videos. They're making searches like this. And so if you sell pottery wheels, you can get in front of the person as they're starting that journey. So it's basically like advertising on Google search, but it's cheaper because Google search ads in a lot of is just very competitive. Therefore, because it's a bidding environment, you have to pay a lot to tap into that. Might be $4 or $5 a click for somebody that when you're advertising on discovery ads, assuming you do the method I'm sharing with you here, you're paying 20 cents a click for a click that has the same same level of motivation from a user. And I know, if you're thinking, how the hell can you compare somebody typing in, how to buy a pottery, what's the best pottery wheel to buy on Google search as is on YouTube? The reality is it actually is pretty close, given even if somebody's looking to buy a pottery wheel on Google search directly, they type in pottery wheels for sale, a good percentage of those people are never going to buy. And the percentage of people that do buy out of that, people that make that search versus how to buy the best pottery wheel on YouTube, it's not enough. The difference there is not enough to justify the higher cost on Google search ads. In that scenario I gave you where you're paying $5 for a click on Google search and paying 20 cents for a click on discovery ads, that's a realistic scenario. The user is not 30 times more qualified on Google search as they are on YouTube making a similar search like that in your niche. So I will tell you that if a click on Google search is already 30, 40 cents, and you're going to pay 20 cents on discovery, you're running discovery ads on YouTube, yeah, the search ad will give you more bang for your buck. that person's going to be more likely to buy your product or service advertising to that user in that case than on YouTube using discovery ads. But in most markets, you're not paying 30, 40 cents for a click anymore. This isn't 2010 anymore. And the more you're going to have to pay for a search click on Google search, the more likely the discovery ads actually has a higher percentage of chance of actually working for you. So the higher the cost to market on Google search, the better of chance that the discovery ads get a better return. And even if it isn't getting a better return, it'll get you a good enough return that it'll still be profitable. So you can run Google search ads and discovery ads to multiply out of the people searching that you could get in front of to get a sale online, what you can make, and so you're advertising in more places that actually work. Part of which is you get on discovery ads and you find out what works and what doesn't through this process I'm sharing with you here. So anyway, the first main reason why discovery ads can and will deliver a profit for your brand in mostly every case using this method is because it's cheaper per click for a similar quality click than you can get through Google search, where people are actively outright seeking your products or services directly. Discovery ads also offer a decent opportunity to make money as compared to the display advertising that you can also do through Google Ads, running banner ads on different websites and stuff, as there's very few bot clicks. So if you didn't know, display ads, they can still make money too, but there's a lot of problems with, if you don't know what you're doing in particular, getting on websites that their entire business model is to set up a bullshit website, get AdSense running on it, and then put fake clicks through that website so that they can then click on their own ads and then generate a profit from a website that doesn't get any legitimate traffic. You're advertising on a Google Display Network, you get on that site, every click you get from that site is actually 100% bullshit. And then you may eventually find out that website doesn't work, but then you get on 1,000 websites like that and it's half of your traffic, it's hard to make money in that case. So there's a way to certainly weed those out and so forth, but you don't have to deal with much of any of that advertising on Google's properties directly, which is why before Google Display Network, honestly, you're much better off in most cases just advertising on YouTube itself. Advertising through Google, the YouTube ads, and then, like I said, even more importantly, discovery ads, because discovery ads, you're actually getting in the search results, even though you can run YouTube video ads, in the in-feed YouTube ads that show up in the search results when you go to make a search on YouTube. The discovery ads, you don't have to watch the video to get the gist of the ads. You can get the message in front of them, and when the user only has fleeting interest as they would have as they see your ads as they're first going through the search results on YouTube, that text-based message there can get their attention at a higher rate than the video ad will, which makes the discovery ads the best because it gets you somebody who's actively looking for an answer instead of interrupting them on another video that they're watching, even though that video could actually be about buying your product or service as well. You get the gist of what I'm saying. As they're making a search, before they even watch another video, you can get them before they even get to that video itself to presumably answer their question, and so you don't have to interrupt them when they're already watching another video that they picked out from the search results. Anyway, but to go full circle on this, the bot clicks are very little. You really don't have much of a problem to deal with the bot clicks doing advertising on Google properties. Eventually, if you get discovery ads to work, I would try YouTube ads. You get YouTube ads to work, you use the display ads, and you can target in a similar way on all of them. Once you get discovery ads to work, you get YouTube ads to work in a similar way to similar audiences as I'm about to share, and then the same thing with Google Display Network. You just and then if it will work on one, it'll work on the other. You just have to run what you're going to run on these in the second and third place, as I mentioned there, in a more conservative way. So it's not a matter of if it will work, it's just to what degree and what level will it work, given you might have to eliminate 90% of what you're starting with on Google Display Network, targeting the same audiences as you would on and through the discovery ads that are going to get you most of your placements, that they get you most of your placements through YouTube search results, if you will. So whereas you can show up on, like I said, on Google, like Gmail using discovery ads, most of your impressions, like 80-90% of your clicks, are going to be through YouTube. Anyway, so those are the two things that make discovery ads pretty good. You got real clicks for the most part, and it's cheaper than a search click and gets you the same type of user that's actively seeking out an answer on how to buy your products or services if you know how to target them. So as far as a repeatable method to be able to make this work and get customers like you can get them on Google search without the high price per click, you simply have to set up a funnel like this that I like to use. It's time consuming initially to get set up, but works very, very well. Which is, you're going to find the keywords that worked on your Google search ads if you're running them already and you got tracking set up so you know what keywords work. If you don't have tracking set up, set it up so you can find which ones work before you go ahead and run the discovery ads. Then you're set up to win right away. If you don't have Google search ads working, or you didn't run them long enough to get them to work because it was running at a loss, it was too expensive, whatever, you use the Google keyword tool as well as like SpyFu to go find out like maybe what your competitors are running that look like they might be working, which is kind of a misnomer because there are a lot of people running ads on Google search for a long time that aren't making money and they just don't know because they aren't running tracking. I know because I look at accounts all day long. But if you use your intuition to use the competitor keyword data and the Google keyword tool to find stuff that looks like legitimately should have a valid buyer behind it, you can go ahead and advertise and create audiences of people searching for those same things, in other words, on YouTube, and get in front of them there. So in the pottery wheel example that I gave you, somebody searching for how to buy pottery wheels, okay? That keyword itself, you know that person's maybe 10% of people searching that will eventually buy a pottery wheel. So it's a good candidate to get in front of them, right? With that said, okay, you can actually get in front of them using discovery ads, and you can ultimately create an audience so that somebody searching for that then and there on YouTube or has made a recent search for it ultimately, but the better thing is when they're making an active search for it, you can create a separate audience for anybody who using the custom intent audiences set up through your audience manager inside Google Ads and your Google Ads management, in your account. You create an audience so that anybody who searches for that, you can hit them up with a discovery ad as, it shows up right at the top of the search results ultimately when they make a related search on YouTube. And so you're going to do a unique ad group for every single keyword because there's going to be certain keywords that work out, some that don't. Okay, you definitely will also target all the buyer terms. Buy pottery wheels for sale. Target all the terms that people that are like normally searching on Google search to buy right then and there. Target all those terms, but not just those. Target people searching, like I said, how to buy pottery wheels. Pottery wheel buyer tips. What are the best pottery wheels for sale? All those searches that look like a good percentage of those people are going to be buying a pottery wheel in the near future, and target all those terms as well. And then you're going to create literally a separate audience targeting just one keyword per audience, okay? So that you can have your discovery campaign set up with like 200 different audiences, okay? And your 200 different audiences and 200 different ad groups, you'll just find out which keywords work and what don't. This is very similar to running search ads on Google, right? You're just trying to tap into the person making that search on YouTube, getting your discovery ad in front of them right at the top of the search results, and then extracting that user before they get down to the video results to just go to your landing page, okay? And then, again, you could find out which ones work, which ones don't. And there'll be 10 or 20% of what you have that work pretty well, and the other ones don't work good enough to be profitable, but you don't have to give up on them. A good chunk of those, if not all of those, you may be looking for a 800% ROAS or ROI on your campaigns. 10% of the keywords / audiences that you set up that are meant to target each one of those keywords I talked about that you should collect individually get you an 800% ROI. 90% of the keywords / audiences that you set up don't get an 800% ROI. So in that case, you're going to start to, on an ad group by ad group basis, or to simplify, just on a campaign basis, start filtering certain demographics that don't drive the sales or leads that you're looking for itself. So ultimately, you'll find out, because you could target through Google Ads by income level, by age, gender, time of the day of the week, device the user's on, all these different things. So all your keywords will probably work, but it's a question as to, of the people searching that keyword, because each keyword is going to convert a little bit different rate than other keywords, you're going to figure out what you have to narrow out or eliminate from the people searching that keyword to make the clicks on your ad profitable. And it may be people that search for what's the best pottery wheels for sale, that keyword and that audience specifically that you have set up to target, that people that search for that exact keyword on YouTube, that you may only find it that it's profitable to target people 50 years plus that live in California, that are on desktop devices, that are in the top 20% of income demographic, which, by the way, the income demographic targeting, I use that on about 80% of campaigns anymore, particularly display campaigns, because people in the bottom 80% of income demographic don't have any disposable income anymore. 70% of people don't even have money to cover a $500 emergency. This is public information. So target the people that have money to spend and make it easy on yourself. Anyway, so you may have to narrow 3 or 4 things from that keyword, people searching that specific keyword on YouTube, to make that keyword work. And so your job is to filter on for each keyword, or just do it on a campaign level until you get the 800% ROI that you're looking for. So that's the method in a nutshell. It's basically running a search campaign on YouTube, and through the discovery ads, okay? Ultimately, by the way, just as a quick side, the discovery campaigns and the tracking that you can do with it, to do purchase tracking in specific, not so much with lead tracking, but with purchase tracking, the purchases normally aren't going to happen on the first visit. You're going to have a remarketing campaign set up to follow up people, to explain why they should trust you, why you are different than the competitors, and so forth. And eventually, when on their schedule, when they get paid, when they talk to their wives or husbands, and so forth, they'll buy. 40-50% of the people who buy are not going to be buying on the same device. They're not going to be buying within a relatively short period of time. They're not going to be buying from a device where cookie tracking is a possibility, which affects the tracking that Google provides itself, so that you can track a user that gets to your site and then comes back later to buy. So ultimately, for e-commerce companies that want to track sales itself, you'll only track between 1/3 and 2/3 of your sales. The rest of your sales are not going to show. And that really aggravates people that I deal with, because they want to be able to rely on the tracking that Google provides. And I'm sorry, it just doesn't track it all. And then if you're, of course, generating leads and you track the sales coming from your leads, it's going to be even less. You might only be able to track 20-30% of your total sales that come through your leads and then eventually turn into sales. But if you know that, you assume that only 1/3 of your sales are tracked, you can then just assume, okay, well, I needed 800%, it's showing 250, it's probably profitable. And then you're going to make it work, whereas other people that try it are going to be blockheaded, and they're going to expect the screen to say 800, or they're not going to do it. And all the clicks and all the sales are then available to you and not them. Ultimately, if you want to test it, what I'm saying out for yourself, you just simply you turn off your ads, let your ads not run for a good 30 to 90 days, see how your overall sales are affected, then turn them back on, and then see how your overall sales are affected. For a smaller company, this is pretty easy to decide if the ads are bringing in enough sales or not. This is a better way to see how much your overall sales are being affected and how profitable your ads are are for e-commerce companies, given of this, that the online tracking only tracks so many of the purchases for you, if you will. The tracking data you do get is good enough to optimize your ads, but it's not great at all for determining this is my exact ROI I got from this campaign. So know that going in. Anyway, so that's the first process that I can recommend to you that pretty much all of you should be going with. And I will say as a side here, if you are running search campaigns and you're running search partners, you probably are already on the search results on YouTube in the discovery ad placements, even though you're not running discovery ads. So you can go ahead and check on YouTube for your keywords that you would want to target on YouTube in the search results. And maybe you don't have to do this. And the reason why Google does this is because it's so damn effective. But respectively, maybe you don't want to run search partners to do this. So you just run a search campaign, no search partners, and then you run this as a side, as a discovery campaign. And then you'll get better fine-tuning of stuff. And that's what actually I do recommend you do. But anyway, just some extra information for you to know. The other main thing that basically is always going to work if you want to run discovery advertising, get some value out of it for your company, is the competitor angle. You're going to find all the product level keywords / searches from your competitors, people searching your competitors' products out. And if you're doing a service, it would just be ways that people are search for your competitor itself. And what I mean by product level searches, we had, to give you an example, a company who sold toolboxes, like the Snap-on toolboxes with the metal tops on it. So it's like a workbench / toolbox combination in one. And so what we did to expand our sales, because you normally what we would do and what would happen to most advertisers is you're going to only get so much out of Google search and Bing search, which we'll usually do that as well. And then you got to start going out into the world of display advertising to make more money. So we took all our winning keywords, like I told you earlier, and started targeting them on YouTube. But also the keywords that because we would have campaigns running for our competitor terms on Google search, those same keywords we'll target on YouTube via our discovery ads. And so we made a list, like you should do, of every competitor product that directly competes with our products at the price level that we sell at. And then so if somebody's searching for that, anything related to that product on YouTube, we want our discovery ad to show up in the top of the search results to get that user to come to our site, so we got a shot at them. Because that's, people searching for our competitor product like that, probably 30% of them are going to go on to buy from either that competitor or somebody else. It's like as qualified of a user we could get in front of as possible, which is why we do it. So with that, we would target like 12RZ, Wolf Steam, Workbench Toolbox, if you will. They search for that on YouTube, and then we would have an ad, just like we did on Google search, but on YouTube through the discovery ads, we would say, before you buy the Wolf, 12RZ, which I can't remember how I worded that, but you get my point, see X first. So before you buy our competitor's product, see this message first. And the person that's considering that product, that they're even on YouTube in the first place to make sure that they're making the right decision of buying that product, that's going to trigger so much curiosity in the user. They just have to click and find out what the hell this is all about. And then you got them by the balls then, because you could take them to a dedicated landing page on your site that you don't just go to selling, which you would make money in this case because you're in front of such a qualified user. Just sending them to your site, you could probably make money, as we could make a little money. But if you want to make a lot of money, it's easier to make more money from the most targeted users than then just find more targeted users to target. That's the case in all scaling of all ad campaigns online, display ads online. Target, you take them to your landing page, and instead of looking like a marketing pitch right away, where they're going to say, oh, this is just a sales pitch, fuck this place, I'm out of here. You start talking about that product that they searched for on YouTube, and that you said, before you buy that product, see this first. You start talking about the weakness of that product that your product doesn't have, and then you could say, there's an alternative product that doesn't have this weakness and that sells for the same price, and it's XYZ. Then you build into your product, Then you have a link where you can go buy the product. So now you've hijacked that customer from that competitor directly. It's a great way to make sales with display ads and discovery ads in specific with this. And then you do that for every individual competitor product search that's made. So you just group it up. Here's my list of products. Here's all the directly competing products for every product. So this product here competes with these 3 products here. So anybody searching for these 3 products on YouTube, I'm going to make sure I have an ad that says, before you buy this product, before you buy XYZ product, see this, and you send them to a dedicated landing page that says why that product has, the weaknesses that product has, and why you should buy our product because it doesn't have that weakness. But in other words, you do it for every product that competes with the products you sell, and do it on an individual product by product basis, so you can actually make sales through educating the user. If you're considering this, here's why you want to not buy this product. If you're considering this product, this is why you don't want to actually buy that product and you want to buy our product instead. And when you do that, you're providing so much value to the user. They just have to respect, even after you told them why they shouldn't buy that product, that it was obvious it was a ploy to get your attention to make the sale of your product. Because you were so specific as to why it is that your product's better, of course they're just going to want to go with you anyway. It's a different story when you send them to your page and you start to sell to them right away. So you build the respect through the honest information that you offer to them up front on your landing page about why that product isn't actually the best one for, in the price range, and then you can get some sales from that. So, but anyway, you do it for every single competitor product there is. So you can explain on an individual basis for everyone searching for those individual competitor products why you're better than them. And for services, by the way, like I said, it's usually just service-based. So each competitor, if you're doing a service and you're a law firm, somebody's searching for anything about that law firm on YouTube, before you hire XYZ law firm, see this first, you take it to the page, explain it why that law firm sucks, same idea. But even though for product companies, you're going to do it on a product level, not just people searching for anything to do with that company as a whole, which you could do as well, certainly, but more importantly is people searching for those individual products that they sell by name. And then once you've done all that, like before, there's going to be certain ones that aren't profitable, or more so specifically with this, that are just less profitable than others. And there's no guarantee that your ad shows up at the top of the search results for the keywords and searches that you want to show up for. So your goal is to look at the tracking data and see which competitor items that you're trying to show up for in the search results that do above average and which ones do below average, okay? The ones that do below average, you're going to, for those specific competitor searches specifically, you're going to start to chisel out the demographics. Do you want male or female? Well, 80% of the sales come from male. Let's just do male. This age demographic, this particular income demographic, this particular device, and so forth. And there's literally thousands of ways that you can sub-segment the people searching for these competitor items. I won't go into how and why. If you look into it, you'll see why. But as long as you can identify the people searching for that competitor item, the ones that buy are different than another person, whether that's by behavior or trait or demographic or psychographic, you can get that to be more profitable, or just profitable in general, because you've weeded out the part that doesn't work. And then the part that does work above average, you want to actually be in position to try to maximize that, if you will. So, and expand that, so to say. Which I won't go into the details on that, but you get the general gist of it. The main part is, though, the part that's working below average. You want to try to weed out part of the traffic of the people searching for that competitor item, so that not everybody who searches for that competitor item will actually see your ad, your discovery ad there. And obviously you can, test with both of these. You can test the message that you have showing for them. The higher the click-through rate, the less your cost per click is going to be. So if you want your campaign to be more profitable, you can easily just adjust that once you got all this set up and get more and more out of the system that I gave you here. But that's basically the two main go-tos in terms of discovery ads that are going to produce a profit for your company. There's other stuff you can certainly do, but these are the go-tos that you're going to normally always make money with. If you have any questions about anything I covered today, leave me a comment below. I get back to every single person who leaves me a comment on this channel, usually within a couple days. If you have any PPC or ad related questions you'd like to ask, I am the ad expert. Feel free to ask me. I love to be able to help my viewers get some guidance on what they're doing, just basically just steer them in the right direction. So hit me up. If you like the video, I'd appreciate it if you would give my video a like and consider subscribing, as this channel is chock full of all the information that you need to make millions of dollars with your ad campaigns for your business. What's standing between you and millions is literally just understanding how to advertise online, assuming you got a product or service that's sellable, okay? It's a big if there, but if you have something that the market needs, you just need advertising that will work for it. This channel has the information you need. And why can I say that? Well, I manage dozens of ad accounts for clients at my firm here on an ongoing basis. Everything that works, I give to you on a silver platter on this channel. And so with other channels, you know, them being full-time YouTubers who don't deal with clients 40 hours a week or manage a couple of campaigns, I manage, and it's just not just manage, but I only do the strategy part for our clients because I got other people to help me out do the execution as well at my firm. And so 40 hours a week, I strategize and test things with ads on Facebook and Google and so forth. It's the best information you're going to literally find on YouTube and on the web on how to actually make money with ads. So you should subscribe if you want to really make money. If you like my channel, I also got a blog at guaranteeppc.com/blog where you can find writing from myself, and which will supplement what you find on this YouTube channel. Beyond that, as a final thing to wrap this video up, if you're looking for somebody that's really excellent at running ads and can just get you the results on autopilot, this is exactly what I do for clients, and I guarantee all my work. i.e., if you want to get more sales before you have to pay anything or to be obligated to pay someone like myself to help you, that's exactly what we do. We can estimate how much sales we can get you up front on your campaigns and not take a fee unless we are able to deliver that through the tracking that we have set up to track those sales. It's literally just like it sounds like. There's no catch or anything, but you got to have a good product or service that we would want to and can sell. So we don't work with just any client. I'll be able to look at yourself and tell you how many sales I can get you. And if I can't get you any sales worth anything, I'll just tell you that up front and we won't work together. Basically, simply put, it puts the onus on me to be able to identify if you got something there that'll work. And if it will, we're willing to put our money where our mouth is and get you results up front before taking a fee. Or we'll take a percentage of your sales growth and help you scale your campaigns up from there, which we do with multiple companies. We'll take a percentage of your growth, 1-2% of your sales growth in addition to what you already have, and just scale your campaigns into the stratosphere long term for your company and partner with your company. We do that with multiple companies now. We would like to be able to do that in the future exclusively with the clients we work with, because we know how to get results on campaigns. We want to work with long-time serious clients here. So anyway, with that said, if you're not looking though for an agency, we have plenty of campaign templates where we've worked in dozens and dozens of different markets out there, of which we've gotten results in your market. It'd be silly for you to not use the templates we've already developed for your market. We've got ad templates and landing page templates that deliver known results in your market, and of which you could just buy from us in terms of a one-time purchase or fee, and you could copy and paste results into your account. And results that took us years to build up to figure out how to exactly get results in your market. So with that said, we could tell you what results you would get up front before you bought those campaign templates from us, and then get pretty predictable results thereof just by using those templates we gave you. So if you're interested in that, reach out to me. I'll let you know if we worked in your market and if we have those templates already available. Actually, and it's more than dozens of markets really at this stage. It's certainly 100+ markets that we've worked with in this stage, at this stage in the last 10 years that I've set up Guaranteed PPC. Just as a small nuance there to mention. But anyway, with that said, I'll wrap it up with just that. And I hope to see you in my next video, and we're out.